I'm just a dude, playing a dude, disguised by another dude. Little Tropic Thunder for you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, Episode 6. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
We're going to get started here. But as usual, let's dive into audibletrial.com/GWAM. If you sign up now, you can get your free audiobook. All it takes is going to audibletrial.com/GWAM, and they have tons of books based on movies, just whatever you want to hear. Harry Potter, Star Wars, all of them you can get. Great for long car rides. It's just fantastic. audibletrial.com/GWAM. Sorry that was a little rushed, but I want to get to the movies. Today, we went and saw, just like everybody else, I'm sure, Doctor Strange.
Not Master Strange, Doctor Strange.
Not Master, not Mister. He's Doctor Strange. Starring Benedict Cumberbatch.
Good old Cumberbatch.
Tilda Swinton. And
I know, dude.
the other guy who I find phenomenal. I just cannot pronounce his name to save my life. But he takes Children of Men. Just let me name a few movies. Children of Men. The Firefly one.
Yeah.
Serenity. There we go. Serenity. He's like a stage actor who brings that to the screen successfully.
And it owns.
Yeah, he like you see him on the screen. You focus on. Dang it! I wish I could pronounce his name.
I don't even want to try. Yeah.
It's a weird name, but Children of Men, like he Doctor Strange. You'll see him. He's a black guy, black British guy. He's amazing in everything you see him in normally. But this movie, it has mind-blowing effects.
They're crazy.
Like, that's the first thing you notice in this film, and even from the start, like it just sinks you into those. Hey, we're about to do some crazy stuff in this film. What caught your eye firstly, or mostly, I should say?
What caught my eye?
Yeah.
What surprised me the most at first was just his, like, the character's attitude in the beginning of it. I'm not overly familiar with Doctor Strange, but just like him being a jerk as a doctor was
kind of house-like.
Yeah, it wasn't even the visuals. It was just like his personality. I'm like, I hate this guy, like automatically, and then he just like. He completely transforms throughout the movie, so that's the first thing that caught my eye.
Because Tony Stark
he does play like a Tony Stark type,
but Tony is a likable douche. Mm-hmm. This guy's just a douche that you don't want to like. Yeah, he's kind of a like House. A lot of people grow to like House in the Doctor Show House, but he is an unlikable jerk.
Kind of like Doc Martin. I don't know if you've ever seen Doc Martin.
I haven't.
It's a PBS show, and it's like he's like a jerk. He's a doctor, but he's a jerk in his little village. So like everything he says is just like offbeat. You don't really appreciate any of his like opinions, but at the same time, he's like an amazing doctor, so he saves everybody's lives.
Is that the standard for doctors? You think they're just jerks?
It maybe.
I make all the money. Benedict Cumberbatch plays a doctor who is perfect. He's a surgeon who is good enough to select his patients. And that was a little Easter egg I loved. As he's driving his car, he gets offered to. Spoiler. This podcast is full of spoilers. He gets offered to work on War Machine.
Which I loved because it gave you a time frame when this was actually happening. Yeah. When the movie was actually like occurring.
Civil War. So like it's literally after Civil War.
Which is really close to the Infinity thing.
Which I can't wait for. Like my biggest thing, at first it was to see Spider-Man and Tony Stark interact. Spider-Man and Iron Man, interact, which I loved. By the way. And now it's to see Iron Man and Star-Lord and Spider-Man all interact, which I think is going to happen in the Infinity Wars. Because it's just going to be, I can't wait for that.
There's a clash of personalities right there.
Yes. But yeah, he gets offered to work on War Machine, and he passes it up. Like, oh, that's boring. Because he's so arrogant and cocky. And then, car crash.
It was a crazy car crash too. Just to explain to you, I mean, that was ridiculous. They just kept going with it and just kept rolling. And I guess it was down a mountainside or something. I don't know what was going on.
He was in a Lamborghini, I think it was.
It just kept going and going and going.
And he was looking at a
picture on his phone.
Yeah, a picture of a victim who he was wanting to work on, and someone hit him.
I think he hit them.
He hit them?
I think he was just driving poorly. Yeah. And
he was just arrogant and driving like he didn't care about tomorrow. I'm this big time doctor. People will move out of my way and crash. And what's funny is, as horrible as the crash was, the focus was his hands. And I understand why, but like, he broke every other bone in his body, and he's like, what do they do? Because he sees his hands in these huge clamps, and they're all stitched up like Frankenstein. And the nurses, or I guess she was a doctor, but she's like, well, we did this, this, and this, and she's avoiding exactly what they did. And he's like, what did they do? He has a black eye. He's in full body cast, basically, but he sees his hands, and he's pissed.
Yeah, he's like, who did this? And like, no, but it's like, this doesn't make any sense. He's like, I could have done this better than they did it. He's in a fucking bed, and he's like, I could do this better than they did.
Yeah, because she says something that, like, she's like, no one could have done better. We did all we could. And he's like, well, I could. Kind of. Yeah. And that's just to sink the fact in.
You don't want to like him.
Yeah, you don't want to like this guy. And then he goes on the hunt to fix himself. And it's, your normal. He exhausts every scientific option to fix himself. But then he hears about a story in which a guy was paralyzed beyond belief, apparently, and somehow is walking around, and we find him playing basketball. And suddenly, he hears about this magic place, which I don't remember.
I don't remember the name of it either.
Yeah, and he spends his last dime to go there, and he meets the Ancient One.
The Ancient One.
And that's when we get into the mystical Jubilee-style sparks. I want to sound like a jerk here, but I wish that they went a different route for the basic magic. Because it was, like I said, I just said Jubilee. That's what it reminded me of. It's like, and then they even go as far as to... I'm jumping ahead here, but in the after credit thing, the guy's like grinding some metal, and they show that it looks exactly like grinding metal. Like, it's kind of simple.
That's a good point.
I wish they went a little more spectacular with the
more spectacular. I think they went.
Well, I mean, with the basic magic.
With basic magic.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, because. Holy cow, the effects they use in this movie are amazing. But the basic opening of portal and the weaponry.
For me, the first, besides that little fight that was in the beginning, there was like when he first goes into the Ancient Ones, whatever it's called, and he gets introduced to magic, and he realizes that there's more to the world than what he's been experiencing. Yeah, that particular scene where he goes flying through space and he's like,
speed trip.
That was crazy. That was like, you couldn't focus on any of that. It was just like, you just had to go along with the ride. But then afterwards, I think it even toned it down. It got like almost worse because it was just basically illusion. It was like shifting, like, your surroundings and making you think what was up was actually down and vice versa. So. But that opening scene to the magic was over the top.
It was fantastic. But I agree, though. It was like When you say over the top, do you mean in a bad way or
No, in a good way.
Okay.
Like over the top, like there's like no way that's possible. It's just like so crazy to be able to like sink that in. Like he's like there's only like I think one was he like did he only curse like once in the entire movie? And I think that was the scene when he cursed at because he was like when he started flying through space, he's like he's just like gone.
Yeah.
That was great.
The opening fight scene with the Ancient One and Hannibal. Mad, his name is Mad something or other, and I will fix that in the description. It happens every week, but he the bending of city blocks. The way they do that is so amazing. Like
I kind of got a hint of Inception.
Oh, you took the words right out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right out of my mouth. Like I was gonna say. Inception's Big Brother, like this movie, like because some people might crucify us for saying this, but I think like Inception did this first, and they didn't do it better because this movie took it to another level in my opinion. But Inception did the whole mind-bending, city block moving, reality bit up.
Dark City.
Oh,
don't forget about Dark City.
You know, I almost did forget about Dark City. You're right. Dark City is the original Matrix. If anybody's questioning that, go watch that because you'll be blown away by the similarities and the amazing effects, actually, for the time it was made. But yeah, Inception's Big Brother, Dark City's Big Brother. But yeah, they pull off amazing effects from the very start.
The effects were great. I mean, that was
and then I'm gonna jump ahead here, but the reverse fight scene.
Yeah,
like, I was sitting there stunned. Like I didn't open my mouth because I didn't want to get made fun of, but like the whole slackjaw thing. But he at some point in the movie reverses time. And everything is going in reverse, and they do a fight scene as everything's going. Oh, it was brilliant!
How do you get any better than that?
It's brilliant and beautiful. Just if for nothing else, this movie wins for effects. Like
seeing that in IMAX and the 3D thing, I think would have been crazy. I don't know if I.
Which I still might do.
Which I don't even know if I can even handle that because just watching it in 2D was just like
I might
absurd.
have a seizure if I do that.
It was absurd. It was just like wow. It's so much. It was really hard to follow the fight scenes because there's so much twisting and turning and just planes just shifting. It's just like what? So you're lost the whole time, but you're following it, but you're lost at the same time. It's crazy.
And I'm not ashamed to admit this. I come from an age of the Matrix, and I was blown away from that. So this is like I come in with my walker and my baseball or my tennis ball at the foot of my walkers. I'm like, oh, Sonny, this is gonna be the best movie ever. I sit down and my walker flies behind me, and I forget about the. Well, I don't forget about the Matrix. I can never do that. But like, it does some things with fight scenes and environments that you've never seen. What?
It doesn't have the shock value that the Matrix has.
Yeah.
Because it's just crazy. The Matrix. Oh my god, the Matrix. I can just go on.
Because we were so used to just regular action.
Yeah, but this one it does something kind of unique.
Yeah.
Where it's just the shifting, like they shift the ground basically. So you're not just like in one space and you can see what the people can do. They can jump really far or they can hit really hard. It's the ground is shifting and they're reacting.
You're in an MC Usher painting, like. And you're like you have people running what you think is straight, but they're really going down a tunnel. At the same time, there's a guy running underneath them who's doing this insane acrobatic move, and it's Yeah, and then you throw in the fact that it's a Marvel movie, so you get their Marvel comedy, which I still. Oh, go ahead.
There's more comedy in this movie than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting that much.
Did you not enjoy it? Or?
I did. There was a couple of people in the audience that were laughing a little bit harder than I thought that was necessary. I was like,
agree.
was that funny? I don't think it was.
Like the cape thing.
Yeah, but outside of that, I mean, there was a lot more comedy in this than I was expecting it to be. But I didn't dislike it.
Yeah, I do think the audience. Well, who am I to say? Because comedy's comedy.
It's a personal thing, but
it's personal.
They may have found it hilarious.
There was the whole cape scene. When you guys watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The cape kind of has a mind of its own. The audience just laughing out loud, like
greatest cape ever. Second greatest cape ever was in a Harry Potter film, but this one was for me the greatest cape ever in a film.
It was. When he got the cape, I was hooked in, and then when he solidified that this is my cape by tossing it over his back and the whole slow motion action pose thing, I was like, okay.
But it was the cape that chose him, though. He didn't choose the cape.
As we learn, artifacts choose the sorcerer, which I am actually anxious to see what they do in part 2, because they have to go beyond what they did in this one, which I think will be difficult. Because they can't just recycle, we're going to make blocks bend and cars go, which I'm not downplaying it because I've never seen what they did in this movie. Like I said, Inception was a tier 1 scale. This was like, okay, Inception did this, we're going to tier 8. Mm-hmm. So, so I'm not downplaying it at all. But I think for a sequel, they're going to have to really raise the scale.
On the visuals or like the special effects?
On the special effects and visuals.
I think the special effects will I don't think you can get much higher. I think they'll probably be similar to the same, but I think it's going to be like the other elements of the movie that are going to try to outshine the past ones. It'll be like the guy who turns evil, basically, in this last movie. Like that will probably be the main focus. And then him being so good, even though still tinkering with the bad.
But now that we know, here's my thing. Doctor Strange has a amulet that can reverse time.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't carry it all the time.
He doesn't carry it all the time because it's also spoiler. You have time to turn back. It's an Infinity Stone.
Yeah. Nobody turned back.
Nobody turned back.
You want to listen to what?
But I have the power to turn back time. If I could turn back time. If a bad guy shows up, I'm instantly going to get that amulet and doing that. So, how... And I understand they're going to make it so, whoops, we forgot about that. But, it just was... I think they blew their load. I don't know if that's the proper way to phrase it. Yeah. But, and I understand. You can... A movie's going to have to be made. A sequel's going to have to be made to where that thing's not the answer because it was the answer this time. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand totally what you're saying. They're going to have to come up with some other solution to be able to, without just recycling the same old thing to finish the movie.
And they kind of sprinkled it in. They're like, oh, you broke our laws. We don't go beyond reality of time because we could screw up whatever the old Back to the Future theory, which I understand. But it's just like, we know that thing's sitting there. So
it should be around his neck. That's the safest place.
Yeah, exactly. But I love the I'm going to kind of jump around here, but the Easter eggs. Like, one of the first things you see is the Avengers Tower.
Mm-hmm. So I love that in the city.
Yeah. So that it instantly sinks you in. You are in this universe. This is the universe we're in. The Avengers exist. This is happening during this time. I just enjoyed that very much.
The little end clip with The Thor. Did you like that? Did you appreciate it?
That was fantastic. Yeah, Thor has never been my favorite of the Marvel series. And I don't know if people were fans of Thor, but like the first one, I was like, that's okay.
I like the first Thor more than I like the first Captain America.
Ooh.
I thought the first Captain America was
See, you're getting into something that I want to do after we talk about
especially his costume. I was like,
I like the second Thor better, and then I liked it even more when I found out the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. linked with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm partial to Thor though because my dad liked Thor.
Gotcha.
So I automatically want like Thor, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't hate Thor. I think it's cool that Marvel went ahead and said, "Hey, we're stealing Greek mythology," or Norse mythology.
Yeah, Norse.
They're like, "What up? We're taking this. This is ours. It's part of our canon now. What are you gonna do about it?" I like what they do with them. And then I don't know if you saw the little sketch where Thor becomes a roommate of a guy. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I will send that to you later.
On YouTube, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and supposedly that guy's going to be in Thor Ragnarok, the third Thor. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that, but yeah, I like Thor. Thor's great, and I can't wait to see what they do because that little cliffhanger kind of said Doctor Strange is going to be in Thor 3.
That's what they basically implied. That's straightforward, yeah.
Or Thor is going to be in Doctor Strange 2. I'm not sure.
I think it would be more Doctor Strange than Thor, but
yeah,
it could go either way.
Either way, the movie Doctor Strange was pretty fantastic as Marvel movies go.
They're not. I mean, you can look at DC movies and be like, are they good or not? And you can be like, eh. But the Marvel movies, pretty much overwhelmingly, you can say, yeah, they're pretty darn good. They haven't really had a bad one yet.
Yeah,
you can argue the Fantastic Four movie, but I like that one. I thought that one was great.
Wait.
I think they're in the right direction.
Wait. Okay, so here, let me clarify first. The Fantastic Four movies and X-Men movies are not part of Marvel Studios because of the Fox/Disney Marvel deal. Fox has the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men, and I just found out that my podcast partner enjoyed the last Fantastic Four movie.
I don't want to say enjoyed. I appreciated it
compared to the rest.
Compared to the last two.
Yes.
The last two, even though they had Silver Surfer in the second one, yes.
There has never been a good Fantastic Four movie.
I'm not even going to even mention the first one because I didn't think that would even counted because it was so crap. Unseen. That one was crap, let's be honest.
I guess.
But the last two that everybody is probably familiar with, even though Silver Surfer was in the last one,
they screwed up the story.
I love Silver Surfer.
Yes.
I just think his storyline, if you were to do a background story movie of him, you'd have a great movie. But just those movies in general, I just didn't like them. They were basically crap. But the last one they did, I thought they really they humanized it. They made it like something that would, like if it was like real, like if it was something that was actually going to happen, it made sense to me. And it was more like this kind of cautionary horror story instead of like this comic booky hero story, if that makes sense. I don't know. I thought the last one wasn't bad. It ended horribly, I will admit. They didn't make a great movie. It could have ended a lot better, but overall, that one was better than the last two that were made, like by far.
I want to go ahead and say I agree with you 100%. That one was better than the last two. the last any Fantastic Four movie made.
Even though Captain America was in the last two.
But
Did you hate the way it ended?
I didn't like. There were lots of things that I hated about it.
There's no doubt there's flaws in that movie.
Yeah.
But just overall,
I wish they would just say, "Hey, Marvel, take this, do it right, do it how you want to do it." But Fox, as we saw with Spider-Man, it takes millions of dollars, billions, maybe millions out billion, to say, "Hey, here's Spider-Man. Do what you want with Spider-Man." Now they share, Sony and Marvel share Spider-Man. I wish Fantastic Four would do that. X-Men, I love. I like the First Class series and the I like X-Men 1, 2.
Yeah, there you go.
3 go to hell. Burn.
Yep, 3. Yep, burn.
Then X-Men First Class and Beyond, I enjoy.
First Class Beyond, I agree.
Wolverine 1, you can go with X-Men 3. But Wolverine 2, more tolerable. Can't wait to see Logan. But Fantastic Four, I still don't think it's been done right. And I agree with it. Like the Galactus storyline, you could take that storyline and make it 4 movies if you want. He is the devourer of planets, and he has a herald. As Robert said, the Silver Surfer has his own storyline. So you can say Galactus is coming, and then 3 movies of the Silver Surfer, and then 2 movies of Galactus, and then Fantastic Four, and you can be perfect.
Silver Surfer's storyline, like it's just so good. It's perfect. It's made for a movie.
Yes,
but they haven't done it. I don't understand it. Why they would just like insert it into a Fantastic Four movie.
Galactus is a cloud. Woo!
Yeah, he's a cloud, and his head's a cloud. It's just bad.
Yeah,
don't.
And there were some things I did like of the last Fantastic Four movie, but I sat there saying to myself, "What are you guys doing? Why aren't you?" And I know what they're doing. They don't want to lose the rights to Fantastic Four, so they get a movie out as fast as they can, so that they keep the rights to Fantastic Four and doesn't give it back to Marvel Studios, which I get. I get it. You want to keep making money off of this franchise, which you will, but your movies are suffering for it, you know?
Yep. Hurting the genre.
Yeah. So that's my opinion on that. Hate me, whatever, but that's that. What else? What else? We talked about Doctor Strange. I'm sorry, we got off on a tangent.
Yes, we went crazy there.
Doctor Strange, I think I enjoyed it. I think I would give it 8 out of 10.
I'd give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
6 or 7? Ooh.
Yeah, which is still high for me. Yeah. I'm hypercritical.
Gotcha.
But it still was good. Like the visuals don't outweigh the storyline.
Exactly, I agree. And here's the thing, and I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Spoiler, not related to Marvel, not related to Doctor Strange. I've seen the ending before. And me and Robert walked out of the theater, and I asked him, I said, "Robert, have you finished Doctor Who season 9?
I'm so glad you said. I wanted to say it, but I didn't.
Yeah,
because I don't know. I was like Bird.
Yes.
If you've seen Doctor Who, you know what I'm talking about when I say Bird. So I just ruined the ending to Strange for you if you haven't already seen it.
Like it literally. Marvel's a huge company. They're owned by Disney. They don't need to steal stuff. They don't need to copy anything.
They stole that.
But is it Heaven Sent? That's not the episode?
I think so.
Heaven Sent, Doctor Who,
that's one
is the ending of Doctor Strange.
That's one hell of a bird. That's Doctor Strange.
It blew my mind. Like, I came out of the theater, I said, "Robert, have you seen the ending of Doctor Who season 9? And he's like, "That's one hell of a bird." And I was like, "You have. And you get it. You know what I'm talking about." And yeah, it did. Okay, it's not exactly the exact.
It's not exactly the same, but
you can see the similarities.
It's pretty darn similar.
Yeah, and that doesn't take anything from either one of them. Even though Doctor Who was first. Doctor Who's wife, what up?
That's one of my favorite. Side note, I'm not crazy about Peter Capaldi as like the doctor until the last few episodes of that season, and
we gotta have an Doctor Who episode.
Like I just didn't. He just wasn't gelling for me for the longest time. Until then, I'm like, that's one hell of a bird, and it just completely gelled for me like all the way through.
So the second to last episode of his run. is when he hooked for you.
Finally, so I'm looking forward to the next season.
Yes,
because he's in it with the new companion. Yeah. So I'm like totally stoked for that because I'm totally in love with him now.
We're doing an Doctor Who episode at some point soon because Anyway, there are similarities, and if you're a Doctor Who fan, you will know what we're talking about. But that was Doctor Strange. Amazing. Pretty high up there for me.
Yeah, definitely. It's a must see. If you're a Marvel fan, the Marvel movies are doing some crazy stuff right now. If you like any of the Marvel movies, you aren't going to want to see this one.
Yeah, and so before we get into trailers, I want to ask you, with that said, what is your favorite Marvel movie? And now this is a little bit touchy because the Marvel phase era has been kind of dwindling because people are saying, oh, now they're just mixing and matching, now they're doing the same thing, now they're recycling, blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite Marvel movie?
That's a really, really tough one, but I will say that Civil War really struck a chord with me because it had so many different characters in it interacting with each other, and it was more the good against the good as opposed to the good versus the bad.
The good versus the kind of bad.
So that one, like, even my girlfriend was like this is a good movie, and for her to say that, cause like she hated movies like 300, I'm like, well, how can you hate 300? Yeah. But like just the fact that she appreciated that one just proved to me that my instinct on this movie, like Civil War, was just an amazing movie.
Yeah.
What about you?
This is hard for me. Actually, it's not hard for me.
If not?
Because I've been waiting. Not that Andrew Garfield didn't do it right. Not that Tobey Maguire didn't do it right.
Okay.
I've been waiting for Spider-Man to come home. And even though the next Spider-Man movie is called Homecoming, he came home, Robert. He came home.
Garfield did?
No, Spider-Man. Spider-Man came home. Tom Holland. And he's going to be Spider-Man for the foreseeable future. He's going to be he is the star of Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, to see him in Civil War and to see what I've been saying, I can't wait to see Tony Stark and Spider-Man interact. Perfect. It nailed it for me. And even them pointing out when he's fighting the Winter Soldier and Flying Bird guy.
Falcon.
Thank you, Falcon.
I like Flying Bird guy. That works.
We've drank before this, but even when he's fighting Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, they point out the fact that he talks too much because that's Spider-Man's tool. That's his biggest arsenal. That's the biggest weapon. He has wall crawling abilities. He can shoot web. He has extra human strength. But his biggest tool is getting inside of his enemy's head and blabbing while they're fighting. And they're like, dude, shut up. We're supposed to be fighting right now. And they point that out. And it's so great. And it's done so well. I love it. And Civil War, and because of that,
you picked the same one I did.
I know.
That's crazy. It comes to a head. It's like it just comes together.
And then you have Ant-Man, who is also brilliant in that movie. And
I love me some Ant-Man.
The last time I did this, I smelled orange, and I woke up. This is great. This is fantastic. I loved it. So Civil War. Yeah.
I love Ant-Man because he's so underrated.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect him to be that big of a superhero, but he is, and that's why I love him.
And he's still he's like the common dude. So he saw Captain America and he's like, whoa.
Look at you, muscle.
Exactly. He's happy to see these larger than life characters, even though he can do larger than life things. He's still happy to see these people. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah. So Civil War, I guess, hands down for go watch a movie is the Marvel pinnacle.
Right
on. So trailers. I'm still trying to come up with a theme song for that.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. Trailer today. Did you see, or I guess within any time?
Well, I guess Great Wall looks like interesting. I'm not supposed to use the word interesting because the next movie we watch, but that one does look interesting to me. I want to see what the creatures are, but outside of that, Logan.
Yeah. The song. I think so did.
Yep.
Yeah.
My Empire Dirt.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Great Wall. I was tied between Great Wall and then my love, one more love of Harry Potter. So I chose Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them because I know everybody knows it's coming. Everyone knows it's not Harry Potter. It's a prequel. It's set some years before. But, Robert, I don't know if you knew, but last week some news came out.
I did not know.
Johnny Depp is involved.
What?
In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Is he going to play a character, or is he just like producing?
He's going to play a character. He's supposedly
one of the Beasts.
He's going to do a cameo in one and a much larger role in the rest. So Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is in a specific era. Grindelwald is coming to power. Grindelwald is the original Voldemort. He is the big bad wizard that no one could beat before Voldemort until Dumbledore. Supposedly, hearsay, more than likely, Johnny Depp is playing Grindelwald.
I did not know Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them was a prequel.
No, you didn't?
I did not know that. I wasn't up on my my movie stuff here, but that lessens it in my head because
it makes it like less of a movie for you.
Because like prequels, it's like you already know what's going to happen. Like ultimately, you're already going to know what's there in the end. So I did not know that. So I'm still excited to see this movie.
Like seeing the other Harry Potter movies, you knew that Newt Scamander. There's a book they study. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a book they study in Hogwarts. No, you didn't?
I didn't know that, no. Okay. No, I just watched the movies. I never read the books.
Gotcha. Well, I am a diehard HP fan, and
I can tell you because you said HP.
Yeah.
It's like my HP. That's like a computer. What are you talking about?
I've been waiting for... I want the story of Lord Voldemort's after school and when we see him in Harry Potter 4. Like, that's the story I want, but I will take this because Grindelwald is just as important. He was the original OG Voldemort. Like,
OG.
And it took Dumbledore to say, you know what? This guy's getting a bit out of hand, so I'm going to go fight him and beat him.
I'm looking more forward to watching these to see like the background story of these characters because I don't know. I didn't read the books. So
gotcha.
I'm just a movie guy. So
this is going to be it. Like Harry Potter was, hey, kids are learning how to use magic. These are adults who all know how to use magic and are familiar with the world of Harry Potter. So I think we're going to get a treat with these next set of 5 movies because there's going to be 5 of them
I
now.
can't wait to tackle them.
Yeah. I'm excited because, like I said, Harry Potter fan. That's where I'm going. You interpret that how you want. Okay. We're moving on here to... We go from Doctor Strange to a Captain. Fantastic.
Captain Fantastic.
Is Captain higher than Doctor? It is, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The rules.
Captain Fantastic is a movie starring, is it Viggo?
His name is Viggo. Lord of the Wings, Viggo.
Yes, Viggo Mortensen.
If you say so.
I believe. I'll get that fixed too in the description.
I'm horrible with names.
But it is what the name entails. I think it should have been called President Fantastic because after coming from Doctor Strange, this epic summer or early winter blockbuster, and then seeing this movie, Captain Fantastic, unexpected joy. Like Captain Fantastic trumps all the visual effects that Doctor Strange gave. It is a better story. Like the story, not that they're competing. They're not competing at all. Captain Fantastic.
Yeah, there's no competition.
Yeah, but the story of this, like, I want to live this life. Like, if I have the opportunity, like, to
I want to be his kid.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be his kid.
Like, okay, Captain Fantastic, go ahead.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's basically this guy and this woman who has, like, 6 kids, and they're, like, training them to be philosopher kings. So they're like out in the wilderness. They're learning how to do everything for themselves. They're not relying on anybody to do anything. And it just goes on from there. And then like there's some tragedy that happens. You know, the mom maybe doesn't make it or whatever, dies for one reason or another. And the dad's left, you know, raising these kids. But he's raising like exceptional kids. He's raising people who are like capable of taking care of themselves. Even if like our internet's all shut down and like everything was gone, there's nothing left, they would still survive. And we'd be like, oh, what are we going to do? We don't know. We don't have Netflix. You know, they'd be fine. They'd be fine. They'd know what to do.
So, yeah, everything we take for granted, screw it. Throw it out the window. Get rid of it. These kids have been, their entire lives, I think other than the oldest son, have been raised in the woods. And that may sound like horribleness to you, but no, it's not. He at one point says these kids are stronger than professional athletes, which I believe. They are smarter than kids who are
everybody.
Yes, than everyone. It's insane. Like so Captain Fantastic is
which says something about the father and the mother because they had to be really raise kids that were that freaking intelligent.
Yeah, like they know astrophysics. They know
everything.
There
wasn't anything they didn't know.
You take Viggo Mortensen, the One King. He is. You open with. The opening was brilliant too because it pulls you in.
It makes you think they're a bunch of cavemen.
Yeah,
leaving out in the wilderness, but they're not. It's like you think, okay, caveman, but then they like flip it on you. You're like, oh my god, they're like civilized, more intelligent than I am, human beings.
You see this deer roaming through the forest, just trying to eat.
Yum yum yum.
Oh man, smile. And And all of a sudden, you see a glimpse of a completely covered in mud face. And it notices the deer is looking at it, so it closes its eyes quickly. And then the next thing you know, you see another face. But this face leaps out and slits the deer's throat. And he stands over it and he kills it. And I know it sounds brutal and horrible, but you keep watching because, whoa, what is this? What am I watching? What just happened? And you find out that these kids are being raised by this man who believes that the government is corrupt. Kind of fits in what's going on today.
It doesn't, yeah.
The government is corrupt. That society is too involved in technology, that being away from all that, you can learn so much more. And you see that in all of these was it 6 kids?
Mm-hmm. There's 6.
6 kids who just are extremely intelligent, and you go on this wild adventure when he finds out that the mother of these children has been in the hospital for 3 months. They go into town for a run to get money and to check on the mom, and all of a sudden they realize the mom has killed herself because she was going through psychological issues.
He's bipolar.
Bipolar, yes. And then they go on this wild adventure to get to the mom's funeral. And you're taking these kids who have known nothing but wilderness their whole life and thrusting them into the real, well, our world, and the hilarities ensue.
Exactly.
Because he keeps nothing from these kids.
Like, yeah, he completely tells the truth. Whenever they ask a question, he tells them exactly whatever the true answer is.
And one example of this is one of the kids is reading a book, and she mentions rape, and then it goes into a question of sexual intercourse by one of the younger kids, and he doesn't sugarcoat it. He says exactly what sexual intercourse is to this, has to be 8-year-old kid. And she's like, okay, well, that's fine. You know,
she or he, I don't remember which one.
He or she, yeah.
There's in there.
It is an amazing, amazing movie that it doesn't have the huge effects. It doesn't need them. It just tells an amazing story and just delivers every beat.
It opens up your world. You're not expecting what you're about to see. You're thinking, well, I'm going to watch a story about a family, blah blah blah. But you're watching so much more than what's presented in the title of the movie. It's crazy.
And it's like I've seen on the Discovery Channel and History Channel, there is like living in Alaska or something like that. Those stories.
I know what you're talking about. You know, those are. I hate to say it, but those are crap.
Yeah,
that's not real.
I agree.
They're not really doing that.
But yeah, and of course this is a movie, so it's not real either. But it is a more realistic look than these reality shows. Of what a family would be like, because they go through issues, trials, tribulations. They go through all this stuff.
They question their very existence and why they're living the way they're living. So yeah.
Yes, because you take a kid like that into the real world, and he meets an outsider.
They're clueless,
and he has the only social life he's known is his brothers and sisters in this life that you've given him. So he meets an outsider who is like. Everything he says, they're like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
You're weirdo. You're a freak. So it causes him to question his experience and his life. And yeah. Captain Fantastic.
I love the way he yelled at his father. He's like, I know nothing. I know everything. I can explain to you anything you ask me, but yet I know nothing. It's because of the whole social experience.
Yes.
It was so perfectly demonstrated in that movie. It was just, I loved it.
Which, like I said, I would love to do this. Like, I myself would give up everything. I would send Robert my half of the podcast, give up everything, and go live out in the woods like this. But I don't know if I could subject a kid to this, knowing what social interaction does.
Well, I don't know. Neither one of us are parents, officially.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a difficult slope to climb or fall from. But if we were, and we had the same mindset that they did, it might be easier. I don't know. It's a tough question.
It is, yeah. But like I said, he had them set. Like they were fine. They were happy. They were reading books. They were learning smarter. Like Robert said, smarter than the average human being. And that's not every mountain man in the woods. You have your crazy ones, but after seeing this movie, you kind of sets a precedent. But yeah, Captain Fantastic is just an amazing movie, and I recommend. I don't think it was talked about enough. It left the theaters. I think it was select theaters, but it left very quickly. But it's on DVD and video on demand now. And I very much recommend it.
Yeah, I'd say that's a must see for anybody who really loves movies. Watch Captain Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, with that, I think it's time to finish that last half of that list.
Let's finish it.
The biggest movie bad guy villain thing. I'll go ahead and go first. I think you went first last time.
I did.
So
incorrectly because I went the wrong direction. You can go the right direction this time.
All right. My number 5.
Number 5.
Lord Voldemort.
Mm-hmm. I anticipated this being on your list.
Yes. As you heard before, big HP nerd, and not the computers.
He likes Hewlett Packard.
He other than his obsession, I think he did everything right. And if you get rid of that dang obsession of I need to kill this one, he would have been perfect. But yeah, that was his downfall, of course. My number, was that 5? Number 4, Hannibal.
Oh.
Hannibal Lecter. He is one of my favorite anythings.
Which movie is from your favorite?
You know what? And
just overall?
This is blasphemy, but I enjoy the TV show Hannibal.
Okay.
And it was played by Mad, who I don't remember his last name, and who's in Doctor Strange. He was the main villain of Doctor Strange. He is was the Hannibal in the TV series, and I enjoyed him thoroughly. Who would be? Or wait, you have that? He's on your list.
He's on my list, but I'm not going to reveal it yet because you're just still doing yours.
I'll wait. So number 3.
Yeah.
Oh. The Architect from The Matrix.
Ah, that's a good one. I should have thought about that.
Because he won. Like, he had already had, like, when we joined The Matrix, it's in full effect. It's the et cetera version of him perfecting his program.
Mm-hmm.
Neo is just this anomaly that he still has control of, but in this, when we join, he just so happens to be manipulating by the Oracle to change his plan slightly. Right. But he still wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went deeper than my initial conception of the
Architect.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, because computers have already won; they own everything. We're in their system. Neo is just this, but yeah, the Architect's my number 3, and number 2 and number 1. I've been flipping-flopping all day long.
Don't fight it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Asmodeus from The Watchmen at number 2. Because he has one of my favorite villain lines of all time. Rorschach and the Night Owl go to his fortress in the Arctic, and they're like, he gives his whole speech of, I'm doing this, and they're like, we're gonna stop you. And he says, stop me? I started this 35 minutes ago.
Right.
And it happens. Like, his plan goes through fruition, happens. Granted, at the end, he questions himself and asks Dr. Manhattan, did I do the right thing? But still, his plan succeeds. And that brings me to my number 1.
Oh my goodness.
My number 1 survived 6 movies. It's going to be 7 with the Rogue One. When Rogue One comes out.
Oh my goodness. Really?
I put, instead of putting a movie that he appears in, I put most of Star Wars.
Why would you put? Okay.
Shiv Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, aka the Emperor.
Yeah.
This man in my opinion, had one of the greatest villain plans of all time. He played both sides so well. He was a senator who became a chancellor by creating a faux war with himself. He was already in charge of the bad guys, but he's like, you know what? I want to become leader of the good side so I can legally become emperor of the entire republic.
You got a point.
And he so well manipulated the Jedis, the most powerful people in the galaxy, the senators. Like I said, he was already the leader of the Empire. He just played everybody for fools, and for all we know, as soon as he became Supreme Chancellor, he activated Order 66 after saying, no. He survived for years, like decades. He was emperor of the Republic. After he changed the Republic to the Empire, just survived as the leader until all Siths. The pupil becomes the master and kills the master. The Chancellor, Senator Palpatine, the Emperor, whatever you want to call him, I think had the best plan and executed it the best in all of them.
That's pretty good.
That was my 10.
I can't deny you there. All right, my top 10. Let's start with number 5. My number 5 was Norman Bates, Anthony Perkins from the movie Psycho. Mm-hmm. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie.
Which Psycho?
The original.
Okay.
That's just crazy. The way he's sitting there, especially at the end. He's like, "Yeah, I'll just sit here and pretend like I'm not who I really am. I'm not this crazy person."
Perfect.
That's off the chain. So yeah, for me, number 5's Norman Bates. Number 4 is Max Cady, played by Robert De Niro in Cape Fear. I can't say how much I enjoy this film. How much he's sort of kind of an anti-hero, but not really, because he's so evil, mainly because of the way he treats the young teenage girl in there, the way he associates with her. It's like that's pretty wrong.
I still haven't seen this yet. So
you haven't seen?
You told me about it, but I still haven't seen it yet.
Okay, you got to watch this one. You'll love Max Cady. I can't even explain it. Like when I think of movie villains, he's always up there because of the way he portrays himself. Okay, number 3 was the Joker, played by Heath Ledger.
The best
in The Dark Knight. And I've heard a lot of people argue Jack Nicholson was a better Joker.
See, I go even further. My favorite Joker is Mark Hamill from the animated series.
From the animated, yep. I think he's good as well. But I just love the way Heath Ledger plays the Joker. It's because he's so realistic. It brings it to the real world. Mm-hmm. Like if there was a real world Joker, not a comic book Joker, not a comic, a cartoon Joker. If there was a real life Joker, how would he be played? Heath Ledger nails it.
And I was completely doubting. Like I said, this guy was in A Knight's Tale and all these chick flicks. Right. What is he gonna do? And
he goes somewhere else that none of us are expecting, and I can't explain how much his performance as the Joker means to me in movie history, because it's the perfect example of what a crazy person would do as a villain. It's I
think you're going to be sad when you see Suicide Squad.
I haven't seen it yet. I probably will. That's one of the reasons why I haven't seen it. There's so many reasons, but I am going to buy it even when it comes out on disc, because I'm going to support the movie industry and what movies that I want to see and what I want to see made. But yeah. Okay, my number two is similar to one of yours. And top 5 is Dr. Hannibal Lecter,
Yes.
played by Anthony Hopkins.
Hopkins version.
And mine was specifically from The Silence of the Lambs.
That specific one?
That was, for me, when Hannibal Lecter really played Hannibal Lecter.
Mm.
Like the other ones, like I do enjoy the prequel, like Hannibal Rising.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I do like that one. I like hearing that story. It doesn't like influence my, feelings on, the Silence of the Lambs version of Hannibal Lecter. I didn't really like the sequel to Hannibal Lecter or Silence of the Lambs. Mm. That one didn't really do it for me, and I didn't really like the other prequel, that Red Dragon.
Yeah.
It was okay, but I mean
Now, did you see Maneater? Maneater is the first interpretation of Hannibal on screen, and it stars, oh Jesus, the guy who always wants to get Wolverine in the Wolverine movies, the older guy.
Yeah,
he plays Hannibal. Yeah.
I have not seen those, but that doesn't really make me want to.
He has nothing on Hannibal Lecter, and I say, as earlier I said, that Hannibal on TV was my favorite, but Anthony Hopkins takes you places, and it's just amazing. So I'm not discounting him at all.
He's straight crazy.
I'm gonna let Robert say but because I stepped in, but
straight crazy. Yeah. I don't like just for me, like that particular villain. My number 2, Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs, was just so. It just inspired everybody's imagination and what a villain could be. So that's why that one is my number 2.
And he's a knight now.
Mm-hmm. What now? Okay, my number 1 might confuse some people. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But my number 1 is Kaiser Soze. People are probably thinking, who the hell is Kaiser? Kevin Spacey from The Usual Suspects. And the reason why I picked him as my number 1 is because you never see him coming. He has a quote in the movie where he says, "The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist." Which, for me, is just perfect. Like, he plays the whole movie. He plays this guy who has a disability. And then at the end of it, he just skips out of the police station. He's just like walking like a pimp. He's like, "Yeah, I'm bad. you guys, you know what I mean?" He jumps into a car like Dukes of Hazzard, and just drives off or whatever. And it's like, what? Like, did you see this? Like, the villain was basically almost the comic relief in a serious crime drama. So that's why, for me, he was number 1. You never see him coming the entire movie.
Yeah.
And I really did struggle between Hannibal Lecter as number 1 and Kaiser Soze, but it ruled out because...
I think if you would have saw the Hannibal TV series, I think you would have went Hannibal.
You think so?
Yeah, because it is amazing, and I hate that it ended the way it did with them canceling it with the 3rd season. But yeah, but not to take anything away.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna get a chance to check it out.
I
love Hannibal. Like, as a character, he's just so amazing as a villain. Like, how can you not like Hannibal Lecter as a villain?
Yeah, like he eats the rude, but yeah, I can't wait to get this bracket started and get these people facing off against each other to see who ranks supreme in this villain challenge. And I don't want to, because some of my guys are super powered. I have to be a factor of who's doing what. I don't want to take away from it, because with Hannibal being on both of our lists,
that was the only pairing.
We both had Gary Oldman, but not as the same character.
As the same character. I had Gary Oldman twice, I think.
I think that's going to skyrocket him up the bracket. So yeah, I can't wait to get this started and hopefully have some fan participation on who the best villain of all movie times thingy going.
Kaiser Soze.
But yeah, I can't wait to get this started. If you haven't checked out GoWatchAMovie.com, all the characters are listed there with pictures and photos of them. That's where the bracket will be listed. And I hope you guys check that out and participate, because there is room to bump out maybe one of mine or one of Robert's guys, or both of our guys, our lower half, and add your own if you want to get involved. This isn't the end all be all of villains, we understand, or maybe somebody we missed. But yeah, please send an email to gowatchamovie@yahoo.com, or tweet at gowatchamovie, or Facebook page gowatchamovie.com at Facebook, and we will take your whatever villains you want to throw in there. Let us know, because we might have missed some people. I think that's it for this week. This has been a great episode. Now I'm just excited to see what villains fight what villains and who does what. Something we have to talk about. Who's on the bottom half and who's going against who on that bottom half. And then the top half. Oh, it's going to be hard.
When you think about it, I think it'll all reason out.
Well, that was Doctor Strange and
Captain Fantastic.
Captain Fantastic, the Doctor and the Captain together, and Doctor Who talking there a little bit about
Little D Who.
You have some questions, Anyway, that's all we have for this week. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Go watch a movie.